We have given a Gandhi to the whole world, and Gandhi has given a non-violence movement to the whole world, and we believe in non-violence. And still we are not able to protest in our own country, and that's the sad part of it. The whole economy of this area is based on the agriculture and horticulture industry, and this whole industry has been shaken up because of this Jaitapur project. Is not only losing the livelihood is one aspect. 50,000 population is directly affected, and this 50,000 population comes within the radius of 15 kilometers radius of this particular project, and they are going to be directly affected. Although there are around 2,300 farmers whose land is forcefully snatched by the government for this project. In India, we have the act called Land Acquisition Act, which was enacted during the British time, and through this act, forcefully, legally, the government has got a power of taking away the land. And we have seen even government has not followed any proper legal procedure of taking away the land. The farmers from Jaitapur area are not very educated as such. They are very poor and marginalized farmers. So they didn't know what is meant by nuclear. In the beginning, they thought this project is going to offer them some jobs, and they were happy about it. But they wanted to understand what is meant by nuclear and what is meant by nuclear power project, and how it affects on the area, and how it would affect on them, and what kind of jobs they would get it. So they went and visited, they took initiative of visiting the first nuclear power plant in India, which was set in 42 years back in Tarapur area. They had a exchange with the Tarapur people, and they were shocked of their life, because after 42 years they were struggling to get the proper rehabilitation in that area. And now this is a time that the reactor should be decommissioning, but there is no issue of decommissioning. And now the people from the Tarapur area, they don't even if they catch fish, but nobody buys the fish because people are afraid of the radiation in that area. And when Jaitapur people went and saw what has happened in Tarapur, they decided to protest and not to give their land for such project. And this was just in 2005, and the protest started. And the protest spread, it got a wider support. After Chernobyl's accident, after 3 Mile Island's accident, and all the more after Fukushima's accident, it has been proved that nuclear accidents are very hazardous. We feel that if there is a possibility of even 1% to have this accident there, why should we have such project? And we know very well that now after Fukushima, there has been in the European countries, especially Germany, Italy, has taken a stand. There is also pressure in Japan itself to close down the nuclear power plant. So the nuclear industry doesn't really find a market in Europe, and precisely for that the whole nuclear industry is shifting towards the Southeast Asia. It's not only a question of Jaitapur, but it's a whole issue of the peace in the world. In spite of the fact that nuclear waste has to be safeguarded thousands of the year, in spite of the fact that looking after the thousandth of the year, it's going to be expensive, unsafe. But still in Southeast Asia, the governments are going for it, the states are going for it. It's because the countries are interested more preparing the nuclear weapons. So we feel like there is no democratic space to fight. And we feel that we have our constitution has been written by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, and each citizen of India has got a right to protest through non-violence, and we want to protest.